So, hi everybody and welcome back to this Unreal Engine 5 tutorial series for absolute beginners. This is video 169. In this video we are talking about creating a media file, which means we can show in-game movies or streamed movies. So streamed movies comes from internet, normal movies we have on our hard disk. And we can provide this and include this in our gameplay. What I mean with that is when you have here, for example, a movie which shows how to use skills, you can then you can show this with a movie instead of just writing a text, and that comes much cooler. It's much cooler if you can do this. Let me show you what I mean with that. So for example, in my scene, here is a little scene, it says tutorial, and then this movie here starts on the screen. This one is not a this one is just a sample movie from Epic, which I use here. But normally what you would make is you would just record, for example, gameplay, how your character used the skill. For example, I click on this one and then you can run fast. This gameplay you would record, and then, or this attack here, you would record this gameplay here. And then you would put it as a movie, and then you would integrate it here and then show it, for example, for new players, how to use the skill, what the skill means, why, what you should be aware of, and so on. And that's quite funny and nice. And new games offer this feature. For example, in new games, when you watch this, they show all the skills, not just saying what the skill is. They offer a little video snippet, a trailer where the skills are demonstrated and something like that. Of course, you can make here, use it for other things too, not just for tutorials. For example, in-game play, you can say there is a new message and then it comes a video message. For example, this one is coming in like a widget with animation, and then it pops up and plays this video as a video message, which is also absolute cool. Of course, you can make this one here. For example, you can switch here the view. For example, it's similar to the first person view when I switch it, but you can make it better. Now it looks a little bit better, but the problem is this one is still a first person. You can make a special movie watch version, which means all the widgets here are gone and this hand too, and then you can just examine the video. For example, the video provides gameplay informations, not only skill, like a tutorial. For example, in game it says that happens something, you can examine the video and then act towards it. So there are many features which is absolute incredible, and the new games use that more and more, the better the hardware gets and so on. And like I said, there are two versions. One version is a movie on your hard drive, which means you own this movie, and then there is the other movie which is on the internet and it is integrated and streamed in. So, and in this video we are using the version which is on your hard drive, and the other one is similar. And of course I start with the documentation, because here in the documentation you see we have here working with media. Media is an absolute big topic. We start just with a very basic thing which says play a video file, right? These videos are only files and we are just playing that, and how we are playing that and this one to set up, that is the content of this video here. Let's get started. So I will follow this, and it says here also beginner. I will follow this this documentation here and will link it in the description so you can follow it along too. And the other one is here where it says on the left side play a video stream, and of course you can read all the other things too. There are many other options, more options, and if you want to go dive more into it, then do it so. And we get started. So what we do first, we have here this steps which we have to use. This one is similar to a quick start, which is really good. So first of all, you can read this note here, it's important. And here they provide a sample video. This sample video you are going to download, like they say, and save them in your in your file. And after you save them in your file, like they showed, first of all, you create a folder, a movie folder. I have created in my game folder here. I called it a media folder, and then in the media folder I created a movie folder, because this movie means it's on my hardware. For example, the stream means it's this, you can get it from the internet. It depends on what you want. And then after you create this movie folder, I have already created all the things, but I will recreate all them step by step again. Then they say you put the sample video, for example, what they provide, or you can of course get any video what you want if you have already created your own videos, or you get it from the internet. And then you put this video in your content, which you right now created. For example, here you created the movie, you put it here, and it is not visible. This MP4 file, for example, what they provide, you can see it. Here is a MP4 sample video. It's not visible here in your movie folder, but it's there. And then they say also it's very important that you put it in this content movies for this setup here. And read what they say. This all time when you see something red here, it's very important and it's a warning, and so it means just check it out. So with that said, we continue. Let's create these files. How we set this up? It's very easy. Right click and then you go to media. And in media you can see we have here different options here. And we start with which option? We start with the file media source, which we go to. Of course you can go here to add to and other places. I make all time right click, it's fast media. And here is the other one. This one is for streamed media source, for example, if you want from the internet, but we want this time file media source, which is just on our hardware. So we click on it, and I call this one file media source convention FMS underscore, and this one is my YouTube. I call it YouTube file media source. Let's call it as media source. You can call it what you like. I call it because so strange, because I already have here some files created. And then let's continue what they want. They want that we open it up and access and provide the file here on top. This is the file, and when you click here these dots here, it opens up, and then you can provide this sample video which you have in your content. And you can see I already have this. I click on this, and then I have assigned it here to this file, and then click save, and that was it more or less. With that we go on, and then they say okay, go in media again. Now we need the media player. This media player is the one which is really playing this thing what we made. So we go back to our content, right click, go to media. This time we go to this media player here, and we have to connect this one because they need this one, this texture set, it's needed. So we say we make a yes, we say yes, and then okay, and then we call this here, I call it again here media player MP, again YouTube and media player. All right, now we have it, and you see automatically it creates here one more file, and this is this texture asset which we said okay, that's normal, we can save all, that's okay. And then we continue. Here they say you have to check, of course, read what they say, why we have to do this. And then you see they created this one, and here they opened up which one, the media library. So which means when I double click on this one, you can see they are saying on start here, play on open, which means when this media player is called, it will code automatically when this setting here in details on the right side is set. If you don't want this and set this later through Blueprint, of course you can make it through Blueprint, but right now in our case let's set it to make it simple, so we have not to code as well. And yeah, that was just this info here. And you can see I have here some other ones. You have of course to choose the one which you have, but these are just details. And then you can read a little bit more what they say here. That what I said. This is on opened or not and playback. So let's go and create. That was almost all what we needed. That's interesting, right? It's very easy so far. And then we go here, and here they say just create a plane. Let's go this one. We go to our file, and you see a plane. You can go here, for example, to the shapes and get a plane. And of course you can get it from other places as well. I drag this out in our level. Here's a plane. I rotate it a little bit, let's say so just for fun. So, and then scale it. You can scale this a little bit like you want. And after you have the thing what you want, let's make this one. So must be not the same. After you have this one, that's okay. You can save this. And of course, you don't have to use here this plane. Of course, perhaps you can use also a blueprint, make there a plane, assign this in a blueprint, and later use the blueprint and also just use a blueprint and place it in which level you want. Perhaps that's even better. I have not tested it, but I think it's possible as well. And then we go here, and then they say just what they say here, plane. Material, yes. What do you say here? Yeah, my video player. Okay, they say we just should drag in this video player, which was this one. Was this video player? All right. My media texture. Okay, the media texture. Careful. I had to read this 2 times because now they say not this media player, but this texture here, because a texture we can apply to a to a shape, to a static mesh. When you drag and drop it on it, then it will be applied. You have not drag and drop on it. You can also select if you want and go here to the right side in details panel, go to the materials and drag and drop it in this materials panel. This one here, this textures here, which was created here in materials. It's also possible just as an info, but they make it this way. That's okay. And then it's creating here a new material automatically, so you don't have to create this one. You can save this, and that's it for this one. And then let's see what happens next, what they want next. Media sound, and they add here a media sound, which means how do you add a media sound at a component? Okay, let's go here to the plane. You select your plane, and here on the right side, this add, you can add here what you ever want to this component here. For example, they want media sound, and we have here media sound. And you see, after I added this media sound, you can name it what you need. This plane here, when I select it on top, has this kind of component, and this one also a component. And let's see what they do with this media sound. And yeah, you can see here the media sound, and they set the media player. We have to select the media sound. So first of all, here on the component, you go to the media sound. So this plane is still selected, and you can go to the media sound, and here in media, and then it says here media player. Is here a sound? No, all right. It's just sound. Here are sound class. We have not talked about sound classes, and so I think. So normally we can set also other things here, which you can go, but they say just you can just drag and drop it here in this media file here. And the media player, which is the other one, this is this one here. So this one you can select, and let's go here and drag and drop it here in. So I drag and drop it in. Of course, you can use also the back arrow sign here. That's nice. And yeah, with that said, we have this one, and what they do now is, yes, they want to start it. For example, what they how they want to do it is in a blueprint level blueprint. You can open up here if you go here to this sign here, and then here it says open this one here, open level blueprint, and you can see I already set up something here. Yeah, just not very important. And then you start with create an event begin play if there is no one. And then before you go to event begin play, even they say you have to create a variable. And let's do this. We create a variable by clicking left side to the variable to this plus sign, and what they say, we should call it media player, and we have to set this up. Okay, let's call it, I called it ref, let's call this one media player. And important is we have to set the type right. And how we can set the type, they say we should choose this media player reference, that's very important, and then set the media player default value to media player. Let's do this. How we do this? So we select our variable again, then we go here on the right side to variables, and here it says variable type. We can change the type. Here we have to write media player, because media player is a type. Sorry. Media player is a type. It says also here object type, and here are different ones, and the other ones which you see here is for example what already exists here. You can read also the tooltips, it says what it do, but we are interested in this media player type, and here we have again the options to choose one of this, but most time we need object references, class references sometimes. Not so often this one here, but read the tooltips what they are and for what. Most times this two, and almost all time the first one, object reference. Class reference for special cases, if you want a class. In general, we want most times this object. So select this one, and then you see also this indicator with this blue things here. It's a reference. All right. We have set up a variable almost. We have to press compile. After you press compile, this default value will pop up, because before it was nothing, and now you can set this default value, and we have to set this to what we write created. In my case, anything with YouTube, I think. Yes, it says here YouTube media player. All right, and then compile again, because it should take it. And yeah, that was the setup of the variable, and now we are just calling it. How are we calling it? It's exactly the same thing here. Let's do this one. So, but I show you how you make it. So first of all, you click on your variable. You can drag and drop it here in the middle, say to get. And from this one, you say open source, because this file, open source, will open this file here, this movie file here, which is MP4 here. So you write this open source. It's a very nice file here. You can read the tooltip again, what this is, and you can see here you have options. These other are just options. You can read again the tooltip with different settings. In our case, we just use this one here, and we connect, and we set the media source which we want open. For example, I want open which we created. In our case, it was this file ms YouTube, right? And this one, what was this one again? This was our file path, which we specified. So the movie in our hardware drive will be opened as the media source. And this media player, this file, this variable here, which we created, will open this one here with the setting, I'm a media player. I will try to play your file, and this node here will execute it. So that's the thing here. And that's it for this one. The other one, the play video stream, is similar, but a little bit more work, because you have to specify there are two more things, but not that much, only two more nodes, I think. And when you start, then you will have a similar result like they show here in the description. And this here is the old Unreal Engine 4 video, but you see, you will have something like that. The interesting part is they have sound. I have not sound. That's bad. Why I had not sound? I think we have to check this out. First of all, let's go again fast to my game mode. Okay, I start this one. And all right, now I have sound. You can see now the sound is set up right properly. Let's set the light up properly too. Let's say you want here, I have just used here a name, for example, this tutorial. Let's copy this one just by Alt and dragging here. dragging here a little bit down here. Let me set this up fast. You can see I made just this very fast without any yes, you can make it more beautiful. I just made it just randomly, just for demonstration purposes, of course. Let's keep this. That's okay. And let's change here the point light. Here I dragged just in the scene at point light, and that's it. All right. Almost finished. Have to drag this a little bit there. Let's drag them a little bit. I select it. Oh no. Let's select them here. All right, let's see. And you can see the final result. The other one is here. I have no point light there, and then you can change the lighting, of course, a little bit. In my case, let's drag it here just so that I not waste too much time here with setting up something. It'll just work, and that's it. Yeah. You can see this is setting up something like that, and of course there are more settings. Okay, so what you see here is you should rotate the plane. I have rotated it in the wrong way. Alright, but with that said, I think I stopped this tutorial here. And if you have any questions or any complaints, like all time, write it in the comments. And I will, of course, link this descriptions here down, and you can make it yourself by following the steps and what was there in the documentation. And yeah, it's cool. I think it's an absolute cool feature. And if you provide this in your games, it gets a new level, definitely. It's a little bit complicated. I mean, not complicated, a little bit more work, because you have to set up record this gameplay, or perhaps you are even creating a real movie. Who knows? You can make what you want. Today, everybody has a handy, can create easier movie, at least a self-made movie. Yeah. You don't stop with your creativity. You can make so much with that. And with that said, I stop here. Good luck and bye.